the light, everyone. I will show you where the third one goes. And these are my wolf brothers.
The third one. What was that?
Did you miss it?
I guess I must have missed it. I was too...
You guys both missed it?
Oh, you know what? Yes, I did see that.
I'm sorry. I will be your fucking hateful eight Sadai.
Yes, and I will be your blood calls blood. Blood is mud. Mud, blood. Mud. I'm a mudblood. That's what I am. Oh, we brought it back to Harry Potter. Damn it.
We kind of should maybe just do a Harry Potter podcast, man, because we just always end up going back there.
We'll get to those movies. Like, I thought about it, but I was like, no, that's too obvious to start with a Harry Potter. All right, Justin, start talking.
Well, let's start with some positives. A couple things that I noticed in the last episode and I forgot to bring up. There's 2 separate foreshadowings about Matt's eye going away. One in Ranton's vision and one in Nynaeve's vision. He's missing an eye on both of them. I texted you guys this because I saw it online. What if they bring Uno back as a hero of the Horn?
They have to, don't they?
I would. I don't know. I would hope so. That'd be cool.
It would be irresponsible. No, I mean, because that's what I think. Because if they bring a bunch of people back that we don't recognize, we won't get it. But if they bring back Uno and they bring back what's his name, the warder that died, that killed himself last year.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
If they bring back Steppen and Uno, then people are going to be like, oh, I see what's going on here.
Yeah, okay.
That's a possibility. I just think that to be a hero, you need a little bit more backstory. You need to know like what Uno had done, and they didn't really give us that.
But we're not going to know any of the heroes that show up as it is. I mean, maybe Arthur Hawkwing, but who else?
That's true.
Maybe Brigitte, because there was a doll of her. I mean,
I don't think you're going to get even hardly any of that. I guess you're right. Yeah, there's no backstory for any of those guys.
And you don't have a backstory, and you're here, Jeremy.
Goddamn hero! But your horn is a butt trumpet.
That's true. Yes. My horn. You play my horn with chili.
Or too much dairy.
That's the brown note.
So like I said, I'm gonna try to stay positive. I did not love this episode, dude.
Wow.
Jeremy?
Wow.
Okay, as an episode, it's fine.
Okay, you know what we're gonna do? I meant to say this from the get-go. Everyone gets 2 minutes when we start when we start these recordings.
Okay, good.
So, Justin, I know you had a little bit there, so if you have anything to say, we'll back away and let you finish your first take.
Just, like I said, as an episode, if it's... I hate that I feel like I'm saying this too much. If it is setting up the last 4 episodes to be a roller coaster of nonstop action and battles that we have not gotten, okay, because it has a lot of stuff that's, I guess, necessary for the world building. But again, like Jeremy has said a lot of times, what the fuck, man? Why do we need some of this shit?
Yeah, there's enough real shit.
The thing is, Alana's warders, all the stuff that's going on with them, it's too much. And how much did we get of Matt? We got more Min than we did with Matt. Matt was like, 5 words in the whole entire episode? He got 5 lines, maybe? He was sitting there, he was playing dice. That was it, right? There was nothing else. I mean, you're not getting anything. And then Perrin, he was cut down to almost nothing. And I'm going to say it again, man. I don't like the way that they're portraying Lan. He's just so whiny. Instead of being more stoic and like just a straight up badass, he's just like, Moraine doesn't like me anymore. He's like John Cusack and Say Anything. I was going to see standing outside Moraine's window, holding a boombox over his head. Take me back, Moraine. Take me back.
As an episode, if it's for nonstop action, then great. If it's setting up the next 4 episodes to just be a craziness that we haven't gotten in the first 4 episodes, and I'm okay with it. But I was just, this is a fucking big letdown for me. I'm trying to be kind.
I didn't hate the Moraine sister part.
Yeah, that's all new, right? The sister stuff, that's not in the book?
Not a little bit, and it pissed me off, dude.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't hate it because it's kind of setting up, it sets up with their family history. It sets up the fact that Moraine is actually slowed, and you get to understand what's going on with Aes Sedai and their as they get older, and then how it can affect them. And then also with Liandrin, later on in the episode when she talks about her son.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. It's like you say a lot. You've got to hit us over the head, right? I mean, you don't have to hit us over the head, but they're hitting a lot of people over the head right now with, yeah, I said I live longer than everyone else. Great, we get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, it's cutting out every time that you show somebody else, you're cutting out time from the main characters, and the main characters have gotten very little to do in this episode.
Yeah, and that's what I'm upset most about.
The Moraine sister thing, like, that's some bullshit that's got to keep coming too.
Yeah, because honestly, in the overall story, I don't see what relevance it has.
I mean, her sister obviously has some pull, so, you know, that's going to maybe come in handy at some point.
I doubt it. Not of the attitude that she had with her. She was kind of like, fuck you.
Well, until Moraine gets her power back, her sister's got all the power. Because her sister has actual, she has, social power.
Political power.
She doesn't need the witchcraft. And Moraine without the witchcraft is pretty weak. I mean, not that she couldn't be strong, but she doesn't know how to wield it.
Yeah, her and Lan are real lame so far this season together.
I like the fact that Moraine and the lady who plays her sister look quite a bit alike. If you look at them, you're like, oh my gosh, they could totally be sisters.
Yeah, they do.
Or actually, they could totally be mother and daughter.
Right, more likely. Obviously, she
goes.
looks like she's a good, 12 years-ish older than her, from that picture. But, she looks like she's probably in her late 60s now, Moraine's sister, would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
So I'd say that probably puts Moraine in her 80s-ish.
Definitely. Yeah, Maureen would have to be in her 80s because that lady's probably 70, right? I mean,
that's kind of what I was thinking, 65, 70. So Moraine's got to be right around 90-ish.
Exactly.
Where do you think when we see the kind of cold open, are they in Karheen? Are they in Shale Ghul? Are they at the Eye of the World? Where do you think that was?
I think he's at Shyle Ghul, but what is Shyle?
They mentioned the sundial thing.
So what does Shyle Ghul in this TV show mean, right? Because that's not, I mean, they go to the Eye of the World, and the Eye of the World was just like the center of where everything is twisted. It's not like the books. You and I know what, where everything is according to the books. So we can go off of that.
I don't think it matters where he is.
Well, it does because of where he goes. I think he's, above him, there's that 8-pointed star with this Aes Sedai symbol in the center. And he channels into that. And then Lanfear comes out. So that matters. So wherever he is, but we don't know where he is. It could be anywhere.
That it doesn't. He found a seal. He broke it, and he set someone free. Why does it matter where that seal is?
Right.
And who gets set free from it?
Well, I think he intentionally did it knowing it was going to be Lanfear because of what he's saying before. And he's channeling, and he's opening up that, or he's doing whatever, breaking the seal.
So you don't think he's going to go to 6 more seals and break out more people?
I think it's a possibility, but he knew where he was going to get Lanfear out.
That's fine. But why does it matter to us where that is? Why does it matter whether it's Shale Ghul or Shadar Logoth?
I guess it doesn't. I guess it really doesn't.
Yeah, I suppose it doesn't. It's just a question I kind of had. Just because it's did she wake up in Karheen and then now she's just there? Or, what's good?
Yeah, now do we think that was 6 months ago? Or do we think he channeled Lanfear into Selene at that moment?
No, Selene and Lanfear are the same person. She's just using that name.
Right. Okay. So
it's not like she took over somebody else's body or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, so he let her go, and then it was 6 months.
They should have showed that. We can kind of deduce and know what's going on, but I think they probably should have shown her face when he set her free so that the audience could be like, oh, fuck.
Well, I mean, he's chanting Lanfear and shit, so I mean.
But no one knows who the fuck Lanfear is.
Yeah, but at the very end, they make it kind of obvious.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll get there.
At the end of the episode.
I guess so. We saw Ishi's weaves before. They look clean. We get the Dark Prophecy. Okay, that was I usually get really excited about book callbacks, so I thought they were really ham-fisted, and we'll get to more. That was okay, the slightly change when he's kind of releasing her, but then her reaching out his hand to grab him, it's as well as I do, the Forsaken don't fucking help each other. So that's just kind of silly. Also, did anyone else catch how huge Ferris's hands were? That dude has some. He's I did not. Puts his hands down, kind of as he's looking forward, and It could be partially the camera angle, but that dude could definitely palm a basketball.
That's hilarious because I'm really good at usually like being like, that dude's got huge hands. That lady has huge hands. I don't know what it is. I'm like, they have huge hands.
It could be Celine is definitely dainty too, so that might play into it.
Yeah, that's true too.
Now, Nynaeve's ring. So was that part of her vision that what's her name burned it?
Yes.
That was part.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Yes. Jeremy, what did you think about the release? I thought it was kind of hokey.
About the what?
Like the whole releasing and the blood and everything. I don't know. That was stupid. I did not like it. I mean, I guess you have to do something, but it's still just not, I don't know. I think it could have devoted Screen Sign to something better.
They really wanted to connect the poem that comes from the book.
Right.
That they're saying to the show. And I don't think it, for a book person, I don't think it hit very well. Because that's not what you would envision. You're like, she's not reborn from blood. Doesn't make any sense, right?
She's not an orc, dude.
Yeah, yes, she's not an Uruk-hai. But yeah,
Just a fucking palm on the face.
yeah, it's completely different, and I didn't like it. There's a lot of things about this episode that I didn't like as a book, somebody who loves the books, obviously. The land thing, Alana and her warders, like just stop.
Just how long his hair is and like him wearing red. I was like, what's going on?
Yes, like
What is happening?
how about him taking a leak and her walking up behind him? And I was like, oh, it looks like he's taking a leak. Oh, no, he's
Yeah,
actually
I know.
taking a leak. Wow.
Totally
Okay.
pissing. Land's pissing. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Land just taking a leak, and Alana's just like walking up on him. All right, well,
I know. I
guess
did
we
the
went
same
there.
thing. I was like, it looks like he's taking a piss.
No, okay, all right. He's totally taking.
Well, and are we getting some kind of a time jump from the last episode till now? I mean, his hair's long. It wasn't long in the last episode, was it?
Yeah, it was just tied back in a ponytail. It's always been in a ponytail. He just let it down.
Okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it took her a while to get from Tarvalon to
Not that
Kyrian-
long. That's like
Kyrian.
6
Kyrian
months.
it's yeah, exactly. It's so
And he's officially bonded to Atlanta, right? Like she has passed her bond to Atlanta, right?
So I don't think so. I think that from what they were saying, and I could be wrong, she has released the bond. Like he is not bonded to anyone because she wasn't saying that she was bonded. Like Alana was bonded to him.
Here's why I think different. Maxim is Ivan, right? Okay. So Ivan,
It's Ivan and Maxim.
when they start to meditate, he says you keep hearing her say something over and over in your head. And I'm assuming that that's because they, through the bond, can kind of, but, and there was something else that Alana said that made me think that they kind of have a little, they can kind of read each other a little bit, but I could be totally wrong. I was pretty irritated during this episode. Usually I'm Captain Positivity, but like I said, I looked at my wife and was like, I don't know what the fuck this episode's doing, dude. I really, as far as an episode goes and like the costumes and the shots, everything was great. But the story itself, I'm like, where are we going with some of these things? I just don't understand.
Did you get there's a second Cadswain mention as well?
That's literally the next note that I was going to say. Codswain is very important in the books.
Yeah. So after I'm kind of going to mine. I was like, oh,
yeah. Codswain is a very important, very strong Aes Sedai who's probably the oldest living Aes Sedai right now, I think.
Yeah, she's kind of legendary.
Yeah, at least in the books. And then Adelis and Vandine, the twin sisters, are probably kind of like, second, but like by like 50 or 60 years at least. But yeah, the second Katsuan name drop, so obviously we're going to get her.
So one of the things that I really noticed that when Moraine goes to talk to Logain, the way that she is talking to him, I think that they're going to really have to, like you were talking about earlier, they're going to really, or maybe it was last episode that we were talking about it, you're going to have to just speed up him getting healed because he can't be like this for...
He can't be like this for 3 more episodes, dude.
He just can't do it.
Do you think that is going to take out Asmodean in a way, dude? Because I feel like Asmodean's going to be a part of it.
I totally do. Yes, I do.
With the statue there, I don't see, I guess they can do whatever, but I don't know why they'd put a statue with a guitar that obviously is Asmodean if he's not going to be in it somehow. Maybe he's going to just be in a small way. like, he's in the waste with, a certain other Forsaken at a certain point. Maybe he's just with them for a short period of time and it's not as big of an arc. I'm going to be upset if Logain is with Rand for a large chunk of time because it just doesn't make sense.
Maybe he begins the training. Like maybe he's the Obi-Wan who begins the training, and then Asmodean becomes the Yoda who completes the training.
I hope that's how it goes. Maybe just helps Rand kind of like, learn how to see Saidin and, keep it from killing him and do a few things, and then boom.
Sure.
That I would be okay with that, and then he could go on his merry way with whatever they do with his story. You get a couple of Crescent references. You see one above Celine's head in the last episode. There's one on the headboard of her bed.
I noticed that too.
The inn is called the Crescent that she owns.
Oh, I did not know that.
So those are all like dead giveaways to Lanfear.
Another note that I have here too is watching when Egwene and Elaine are in the hallway and they're mopping. I was like, these actors have never mopped.
I know, right? They've never swabbed a deck. I was saying the same thing. I'm like, oh, you guys are lame.
Well, it's the fucking you guys can fucking make fire with your hands, but you can't get a fucking ringer for your mop bucket. Like, what are you doing? You're just making a fucking mess now.
Hasn't been invented yet, bruh.
You're just smearing everything everywhere. Come on, people. You got to have another. It's like watching if you guys were both worked in the food service industry, right? So, but you've worked in the food service industry. So when you watch shows about like, restaurants or things like that, you're like, that doesn't happen. Justin and I both played baseball. I don't know if you played Des, but like you watch a guy who's never played baseball before, like Wesley Snipes swing a bat in Major League, or you're like,
dude runs like Han Solo in Return of the Jedi. He's never played a sport.
You guys never played a sport in his life. Although, you know what? I take that back, because in White Man Can't Jump, he could play basketball.
Well, yeah,
he could run. He didn't have the motions down for throwing and swinging. Because I always think, like, whether you're a professional like track and field runner or not, like I just figure everyone grew up running. Like, we were all kids, we were all running at some point. You see some actors, it's like, you've never ran in your life.
Little Lord Fauntleroy.
Is that the fucking ruby hilted dagger that Moraine dangles in front of Logan? Okay.
No, it's like a bone hilted dagger. She's been like carrying that since
I thought I saw ruby on it. I was just like, this dagger is fucking, they're just taking it wherever they want now.
Yeah, it has some ornamentation, but we haven't seen the dagger. We haven't seen Pod and Fane. We saw Pod and Fane in the cold open for 1 second. It's just, there's so many things that I really thought that we'd get some hints.
Can we talk about, I think this is a good thing, so I'm going to bring it up, see if I can shift us for at least a second. Hopper? Like the Wolf Brothers stuff?
Yes.
Like,
that's my next note. Fucking Hopper in all capitals. And I'm like, who's a good boy? Give him all of the treats, dude. That's Hopper. And I loved how they were showing how, he'll show you when he's ready. And he shows him like his name. I'm like, oh
yeah.
That actually, I even said to Lisa, I was like, well, I can die now. So that this episode doesn't suck as bad now because that's everything I've ever wanted. So
do we ever find out Hopper's real name?
It's Hopper. He's Hopper. That's his name.
Well, yeah, but what's his name says close enough.
It's technically, what is it? The wolf, the pup that tried to fly or something. I can't remember. It's wolves don't have a name Hopper. It's more like an image.
Right.
So in the wolf, that what they do is they send a picture with smells and memories too. So instead of Hopper, it's like the guy, the dog who wanted to fly with the eagles and jumped as high as he could or something like that. He's like, Hopper.
Yeah, he wanted to jump to the moon or something like that. Yeah.
Nynaeve was in the arch. Was she actually? She was in the arch for years. I mean, I know she wasn't actually there for years.
No, I know what you're going to say. She was in her mind and in her it starts to build memories. She says it starts to build memories right away. So she wasn't there for 2 years. For her, it was years though.
For her, it was years.
But she lived it moment to moment. It wasn't like dream flashes.
Yeah.
No, I think it was lived it moment to moment.
Seems like it's moment to moment, yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
It's that Star Trek episode where Picard gets, the probe and he gets like sent to another planet. You know what I'm talking about, right, Des? You know what I'm talking about. He learns to play the flute, and then he dies, and then he comes back, and then he can play the flute because he's lived all that time.
I haven't watched it yet because it's on our time pop list, so I'll tell you when we do.
It's a great episode. It's literally my of all of the episodes of Star Trek that I watched, that one probably sticks out the most.
I don't watch any Star Trek episodes because Star Trek is for nerds.
Okay.
Star Wars only. Just kidding. I don't care.
Both your stars, both Trek and Wars.
Desmond's all, whatever. Babylon 5 forever, yo.
Oh, where?
Battlestar Galactica.
No.
Battlestar Galactica. Oh no, he's a
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
I know. I guess.
God dang it, what is it called?
Firefly.
Firefly.
So let me just before we've got about 10 minutes left. First of all, I'm just going to reiterate to everyone out there. I know we're not going to get to everything. We're going to
not even close.
My goal is to get our first takes out as quickly as possible. When the season's over, we're going to do a full rewatch. We're going to do commentaries. We'll see if this season continues to upset Justin. Maybe we'll get him to do commentaries.
How is Justin the reasonable one now?
You know what we'll do? If it's terrible, we'll just do Thursday night football commentaries. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Thursday night
football.
we'll
Dude,
watch.
tonight,
Let's do it.
fuck the Chiefs, baby.
The Raiders.
Anyways, so like I was a little down on this episode about 45 minutes in because I was like, we have to fucking go somewhere. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, we cannot have...
Yeah, it felt stuck in the mud very much this episode.
You know, and then a lot happened, so it like makes me... I wish we would have seen the girls in shackles or something, you know? I'm glad we got something.
I think we'll get that next episode.
But that would have been a beautiful, like, between the Lanfear thing, Moraine stabbing Celine, the Wolf brother thing, you know, obviously Loghain's probably outside. Like, Moraine, Loghain, and Rand are about ready to flee town together. I think so.
Yeah, or something. Well, I don't know because... something about when we gotta move along because there's some other shit too. What the fuck? Min is with well, she was supposed to be meeting Leandrin, but Ishmael shows up, and so he says take Matt to Karheen. So we might not be fleeing town just yet because
it's pronounced Kyrian.
Kyrene.
Yeah, they said it in the show. I was like, oh, that's how you say it, Kyrian.
Who was Min supposed to see?
She was supposed to meet Leandrin. Or she was supposed to meet like an emissary for Leandrin, but like, you know, as she starts saying it turns out to be Ishamael.
Turns out to be Ishamael.
Is Min in on the kidnapping?
I don't think so.
Which cat kidnapping?
Leandrin.
Oh no, that one? No, I don't think she knows anything about that.
So Leandrin is capturing Nynaeve, Egwene.
Just Nynaeve and Egwene. That's who she wanted.
Yeah, I know the third one was a complication.
Do you think she was trying to get Egwene too, or she just was counting on Nynaeve?
Elaine shows up,
going and telling Egwene, and Egwene coming.
Well, she looked at Elaine and said, "You're a complication." So Egwene wasn't a complication.
Right. Nynaeve she expected.
And honestly, in the books, that's how it was too, because Elaine shows up.
So hold on, before we get away from this, if Min is supposed to be meeting up with Leandrin and Leandrin is kidnapping Egwene and Nynaeve, how is Min not involved in this?
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Min is not supposed to be meeting up with Leandrin. She's supposed to be meeting up with someone that Leandrin is sending.
Right, like an emissary or something.
Okay, so
why?
It'd be like because she wants to get her.
Okay, that's right. I forget that's
which now we know why she was at the tower.
Yes,
or whatever, and you know, being kind of held captive or whatever.
Okay, that's right.
Literally, Matt.
I think it was a long con. They wanted her to hook up with Matt, or however, you know, become friendly with Matt.
Yeah,
because like, you do this for me, and I'll take your visions away.
Yeah.
Looking back, this episode is just a setup episode for between.
Yeah, this is a bridge episode, basically.
Episode 3 and episode 5. It's just a bridge episode. That's it. And then they threw that the very ending when Moraine comes in and stabs Celine. They just threw that in there because they're like, okay, this is going to be a super boring episode, and we have to throw this in at the very end.
Well, I wish they wouldn't have, because I'm way more pissed about that.
We need to have people come back next week.
That's fucking dumb. Like I said, I'm trying to be positive because there were things that I liked about it. And as far as an episode goes, as a bridge episode, like if the next episodes are just stupid fast paced because of how much they've set up in the last two, it better be, is all I have to say. Because otherwise I'm going to be very disappointed. It's very underwhelming so far.
One of the things I wanted to bring up too is there's a time when Leandrin and Nynaeve is sitting in the arch in where the lower part of the tower where the arches are. And then Leandrin comes in and they have a discussion, and it's kind of out of the books. There's parts of it that are out of the books where she says, was it real? And he says, it was real to you, or something like that. It was.
Yeah, it's as real as it,
Exactly. After that, it all goes away, and it's not part of the books. But it's kind of cool though that they're like, all right, we're gonna try to throw some of this in there. It's different because it's in the books. It's not Leandrin. I think it's Shiriam that she's talking.
I think it was Shiriam, yeah. Yeah, it is Shiriam, because Shiriam says the same thing that she says the first time she comes out of the tower. She's like, some women take hurts and then others, have nothing.
So the one thing that I didn't mind, Justin, is so Leandrin comes in and she says that Perrin and Loial have been captured. We know that that's true. Well, that it's possible that it's true.
Well, we've seen it. We know it's kind of true.
Right. And so we see that as a viewer of somebody who's not read the books, someone like Desmond, and he's like, if he doesn't know who Leandrin is, he can be like, okay, is she actually being truthful?
Totally.
And then at the very end of the episode, when she knocks them all out, you don't know for sure, like, what is her true motive. So I kind of like that.
Is she just pissed that the daughter heirs there, or what? You don't really know what's happening.
That's true. Yeah.
And so they're trying to keep that mystery going with Leandrin.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. And then the actress, Kate Fleetwood, she's amazing.
She's really good.
I have no problems with the acting or even the writing and the dialogue really too much. It's well paced. It's just that, and I'm not being
It is not well paced.
Okay, you're right. It's as good a pace as they can do it for what they're trying to do, but they should have had other things on screen, the stuff that they wasted time on. I don't need to see Rand and Selene looking over a canyon for no reason. It's like there's much more meaty bits of his story that...
So much more. But you're getting the backstory of her. God, I can't believe I'm defending this. You're getting her backstory. She's talking about, why have we switched roles? What is going on?
You see how it's working, Desmond? Desmond, we had that conversation about the reverse psychology. It's totally working.
Wait, me and Justin have a side text going. It's like, just be really fucking negative, and Jeremy will have to.
He's going to have to stand up for this stupid show that he doesn't even like.
It's not stupid. Y'all don't say that.
Oh, you showed your hand, you liar. So the one thing that I did understand, like, okay, I don't want it to be as slow as it is, where him and her are talking on this side of this hill, like you're talking about. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It should be hardcore fucking only. Oh, no. No, sorry. Never mind.
Fucking Moraine ruined it. We were about to get ours.
My wife is actually in the background of, as I'm watching the show, and she's like doing stuff, and she's like watching, and she's not understanding. And I said, as Selene is talking, she's saying stuff, and I was like, he's talking about her, or she's talking about him, but in his previous life is what she's doing.
And he doesn't get it at all.
He has no idea. And my wife is like, what? She does, but wait, do they know? Does he know who she is? I was like, no, he doesn't know who she is. And so she, understanding as she's just walking by, also she goes, oh, she's like, she doesn't know who Leandrin is, but she's like, oh, that one lady. She's like, why do they pull her hair back? Let her hair down. It's just accentuating her gigantic jaw.
Don't say that about Kate Fleetwood. She's beautiful.
Like I said, I think she's beautiful, but she's like, those guys who show up in movies, you're like, that's a bad guy. Like Kate Fleetwood shows up in the movie,
yeah.
Like, she's the killer.
Nope. Yep.
That's the murderer. I know that.
That cowboy over there with the black hat. He's the bad guy. Here's another thing, Jeremy. Have we gotten any kind of an explanation for how the fuck Loial's still alive after getting stabbed with a dagger?
No, zero.
It's fucking crickets on that.
Zero. And I don't think we're gonna get one.
That's horseshit.
I think they're gonna be like moving along. moving along.
I think we will get it just because, again, I mean, maybe they're pacing this well because it's so fucking epic. They know they can't get to everything in the first 2 episodes. So maybe they're building a brilliant 80 episode arc that's all going to come together. But like, yeah, I think eventually someone's, they're going to get together and someone's going to bring it up. Like, wait a minute. Like last time I saw you, you were getting stabbed with the dagger. Well,
Rand, what had happened is I'm in Ogier, and that kind of shit doesn't affect with me.
I actually got stabbed. I'm still bleeding, but I'm so big and slow that I haven't bled out yet. So as long as I...
Desmond, the mood bear, how did I get here?
God, I hate you so much.
I hate you so much.
There's the one point when Nynaeve comes into Gwen's room, and she looks at Elaine and she's like, "You need to."
I know this is my room. Get fucked.
Like,
and Nynaeve's like, "I don't care. It's your room, and you need to exit your room."
Yeah, she just stares at her.
And I need to go clean my glass.
I know. She even says it like Yoda or something. She's like, "Oh, my glass, which needs to be washed," and then like walks away.
I wanted to put that scene from RoboCop when Red from that 70s show walks in and goes, "Bitches leave."
Bitches leave. I thought you were gonna like stand down or there will be trouble. That's from RoboCop. You're just embarrassing me.
So when Nynaeve walks into the room and then she's like, "Bitches leave," she's like, Nynaeve said that, and then Gwen's like, what, you don't think I'm gonna go stand up for my friends? And she's like, gets all up in Nynaeve's face, and you start to see, oh, okay, Gwen has something behind her that is gonna totally motivate her, and then you're gonna see in the coming years and episodes what that is, and then how it's gonna drive her to go to the top of the food chain when it comes to the tower.
What do you mean?
Sorry. Her driving force. She was like, if I was more prepared, I could have helped Rand.
I will never want. Yeah. Oh, and it's gonna get accentuated real soon.
Right. She's like, if I was more prepared, I could have been, I could have helped Rand at the eye of the world, and then we would have all been safe. Yeah, exactly. And you're gonna see what drives her, and then that in the very end, in that the end of the show or the books, you're gonna see like why she has this she has a drive behind her. And Gwen's a really good character. She's one of those characters that my daughter and I have talked about. And because my daughter would be like, "Oh God, I don't know if I like her." And then later on in the book, she's like, "Okay, I can understand what motivates her. And then I can understand why she's much better."
She's still annoying.
Yes, exactly.
But I can understand her much better. She's still sometimes you're just like, God. Do we think Elaine maybe has a little bit of a problem? It's like her second batch of wine in 2 episodes.
Her Pruno wine.
It's like fucking toilet sludge, dude. It's like looks all like fruity and shit. Like she makes her own moonshine. It's awesome. Real quick, do you think that I'm a dumb question? Is Celine is behind the fade that comes in tech?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Rand just like wakes up. He's looking around. He's like, I feel a disturbance in my dojo.
Yeah, seriously.
It looks like a fucking hilltop dojo in a samurai game. I swear to God. He's like, where's my heron mark?
He's like, whoa, we got a perfectly good cabin, but let's sleep outside, babe.
Under the stars, because there won't be any dangerous things that go bump in the night.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not a blade master yet because he swings it like a baseball bat. It was really bad, dude. It was really bad.
Seriously. You're like, oh, I don't think you're supposed to swing a sword from the hip.
Yeah, dude. It's not, yeah. Which is funny because I'm listening to The Great Hunt right now, and Moraine Sedai's reading of this Great Hunt, Rosamund Pike. She does great. It's great. I still am used to the first 2 people that do it, but she's really
Kate Reading and Michael Kramer.
Yeah, they're really good. But her reading of it is pretty great. Her impression of Loyal is classic.
So at the very end, we see Celine starts to reveal herself as Lanfear, right? And then she's stabbed, like basically through the heart. It's on the left side of her chest, so right through the heart. And then Moraine comes and cuts her throat, and then Rand's like, "You just killed her," and she's like, "No, I didn't kill her. Like she's unkillable, basically."
Yeah, what the fuck's that about? It's just the Forsaken are immortal now. That was what actually kind of pissed me off the most. Because I said it to Lisa right away. I go, she like opens her eyes.
But did you see at the very end, when she opens her eyes, you see the saw
What?
go across her eyeballs?
No.
You didn't see that? Go back and watch it.
No. What?
So,
all right, now I don't hate it.
There's black flecks that go across her eyeballs when she opens her eyes.
Get the fuck out. Have we even seen that in Ishmael's eyes yet? No.
No, you haven't seen Ishmael's eyes yet.
Dude.
Yes. And Moraine says Lanfear is the most powerful of the Forsaken.
Do you think that there is some way where they twisted to where it's her at the last battle instead of Ishmael? Where she's Nablus and he's not?
I wouldn't. So with the gender bending that they've done in this show already, why not? Right?
Fair. So, do you think that she's not killable just because the Dark One's just like, nah, go back? Or like, is there...
I think that that's what they're going to say. They're going to say like, nah, the Dark One won't let her die.
Because the thing about what I was saying to my wife, Lisa, I was like, that is annoying to me because, especially when they're holding the power, male or female, their senses are enhanced almost like a Jedi, right? So, especially in the last battle, you get some demand dread where like people will be trying to sneak up on him and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And like almost Jedi kind of like senses as far as like danger or whatnot. So, it was hard for me to see that she could get snuck up on like that by another female channeler, for one, tied off or not. And then the fact that, if you were to get that close and sneak up on a Forsaken and you stab them in the heart or cut their throat, they're just as mortal as anybody else unless there's someone to heal them there right there. They're as fucking dead as dead gets. So I didn't love it.
So there's that whole scene where Lan is talking to, it's Ivan, right?
Yes.
Where they're doing the meditating.
That's what I was talking about when he's like, I think they're in each other's head a little bit, but yeah, go ahead.
One of the things that Ivan says is, well, actually what Lan says is, she told me that she never thought of me as an equal. And he was like, yeah, that they don't think of us as equals.
I know, duh.
But we remind them that they're mortal, that they're not gods, which if you're like, okay, well, if that's true, then Lanfear, who just got her stabbed through the heart and her throat cut, is just an Aes Sedai, basically. All she is a channeler.
Just a really good one.
But you're saying she's more than that now. Well, now you're saying she's more than that. She actually is a god. She's unkillable.
Yeah, as I said, there's some issues that I have. Like I'm positive, and like I said, there's a lot of things that I love more. I'm done. There's a lot of things that I do love, and it's just like this episode was underwhelming, like I said, unless it's an amazingly bridge gap to the next, 4 that are amazing.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Thank you for listening to Thank the Light, the Wheel of Time podcast. Please like, subscribe, and tell a friend about Thank the Light. And please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/thankthelight. We have and will continue to produce Wheel of Time content for free, but if you could help us with some production costs, we would be greatly appreciated. We are asking for $3 a month, and to show our appreciation, you will receive an exclusive podcast every month. We do not want to put any Wheel of Time content behind a paywall, so these episodes will consist of us discussing a different fantasy movie and unfairly comparing it to the Wheel of Time. You will also receive a Thank the Light sticker, and if you are one of the first 10 Patreons to subscribe, you will be able to select the movies we discuss. And if we get 30 subscribers by the end of Season 2, you will all receive a Thank the Light t-shirt. If you like the show and would like to support us for free, we just ask again. Please like, subscribe, and tell a friend about Thank the Light. Check us out on Twitter. We are Wolf Brothers at Parstaleman. That is Wolf Brothers at Parstaleman. Send us questions or comments to thankthelight@gmail.com. Looking for another great podcast to listen to? Just stay on this feed right here, because I am going to put a different podcast on this feed every Wednesday this month. So check those out. Listen to them. If you like them, go search them and listen to many more of those great episodes, or go to whatsoundsawesome.com to find them all in one place. All I need to know is what movie are we going to discuss on our September Patreon episode. I think Jess and I narrowed it down to the new Dungeons & Dragons movie, The Beastmaster, or Masters of the Universe. All available free on Amazon, which is right up our listenership's alley.
I can tell you right now, I want to watch all 3 of those movies. So you guys pick one.
Yeah, same. Just pick which one.
I will watch any of them.
Let's do Dungeons and Dragons. As much as I'd like to go old and campy, let's go new. And I've seen it. It's fucking great.
I watched the first 45 minutes and I was like, maybe I was just in the wrong spot, but I was like,
I loved the old the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. I loved that cartoon.
Okay, everybody, go to patreon.com/thankthelight. By the end of the month, let's say by the end of the month, we will have an episode of us discussing the new, what is it called? Dungeons and Dragons?
Dungeons and Dragons.
No, it's got some colon.
Thieves among...
Honor amongst themes. People amongst honor themes.
Thieves among otters.
Nerds among magic.
Listeners, keep listening, because like I said, we're gonna break these episodes down to their absolute nuts and bolts in the next couple months. So
we're about to go crazy on these episodes.
Yeah, and after the next couple episodes, I might change my tune a little bit too. As I was expecting big thing, and it's not that I hated it. I expected big things today, and I didn't get it. So.
Well, like I said, this is the halfway point. So this is the
yeah, seriously.
Like we're motoring into the finale already, so they got to take a deep breath, and then here we go. All right. Take care, guys. Give me your audio.
May you always find water and shade. Bye.
See you later.
Later, nerds. Good night.
I am not average. I am not ordinary. I am a masterpiece. You know I do it for me. I am not perfect. No, that's imaginary. But I'm a masterpiece. You know I do it for me. And all my colors and paints, all my lines and my shapes, every move that I make, I am not basic. It's self-explanatory. I am a masterpiece. You know I do it for me. Ooh, just the way I like it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Have you seen The Flash? Have you seen how he runs?
I haven't seen it, but he's super fast, right? Is that how he runs? Fast?
Mixed and edited by Desmond McNeese for We Mixed It, LLC. Go to whatsoundsawesome.com.